Hey friends, welcome to the video. So, to continue on our theme of one brand fragrance reviews, today I'm going to be looking at Coach fragrances and its flankers. If that's something you're into, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so that way you'll get all of my content. Shh! So I went to TJ Maxx recently and I saw this cute little sampler and I realized that I haven't tried any of the Coach fragrances and I wanted to see, of this little sampler, is it varied enough that you would want multiple Coach fragrances? Because sometimes designer fragrances come out with a lot of flankers and they all end up smelling alike. So I thought we would take a look at each individual one, see if there's enough differences and which ones I would recommend. So the very first one that we're going to be starting off with is this little tiny one here, and that is Coach the fragrance. Just Coach, plain old Coach. This is what my little bottle looks like, and the notes are raspberry leaf, pear, pink pepper, Turkish rose, gardenia, cyclamen, suede musk, cashmeran, and sandalwood. Oh, this smells so delicious. Okay, so off the top, we get a sweet raspberry pear scent. It's very, very juicy in the beginning. I can definitely smell a little sprinkling of the pink pepper in there. Oh, it smells so lovely, this one. The gardenia is there, but it's not a strong fragrance. It's definitely a fruity floral fragrance, and as it's drying down I am getting that really nice musky undertone. There's a little bit of woodiness, but it's mostly that musk that I'm getting. This is a crowd pleaser. It's definitely nothing unique, but it smells so nice. I just keep going back to it and I'm like, wow, it might be a crowd pleaser, but it's not flat. Like last week we talked about Michael Kors, and I felt like Sexy Blossom. That was a crowd pleaser, but it's pretty flat. This one has a little bit more nuance. It's a little bit more interesting. I'm surprised that lychee isn't a note because it almost has like a slight lychee touch in the beginning. Next up, we have Coach EDT. And the notes in this one are water lily, violet, guava, mandarin orange, jasmine, tuberose, mimosa, African orange flower, Virginia cedar, and amber. So as I'm smelling this, I'm getting the water lily off the top. This one is a little bit more aquatic than the last. It's a little bit more airy. It's not quite as fruity. Although you get that guava that gives it like a little bit of sharpness at the beginning, a little bit of tart juiciness. The florals are well blended. They're not cloying, they're not heavy. Get that nice little bit of mimosa flower in there to give it a little bit of that yellow petals. So as I'm smelling the two side by side, the original EDP definitely more sweet, juicy in the beginning, and the EDT definitely not as sweet, more aquatic, more watery, more water lily, and the EDT is almost slightly reminiscent of L'Eau de Izzy by Issey Miyake. Oh yeah, that's really, really nice. I can see the similarities, but there's a fair enough difference that I feel like you could have both of these and they would serve different functions. Next up, we have this little guy here. These are so cute, aren't they so cute? So this is Coach Floral. And the notes in this one, it's a little more complex. We've got pineapple, pink pepper, orange, bergamot, lemon, gardenia, tea rose, jasmine sandalwood, hedione, musk, patchouli, vanilla, woodsy notes, and sandalwood. Okay, so this one you definitely get that pineapple right off the top, and you get a lot of citrus in this one. This is a lot more citrus forward than the last two. I can definitely smell the original DNA of that gardenia, the jasmine, but this one has patchouli, so it has a little bit more earthiness. And in general, this one almost smells like a combination of the first two. Yeah, so this one is definitely, it's white floral, it's sweet and citrusy. So it's kind of like a slightly more sporty version of the other two. And last but not least, we have Floral Blush. And the notes in this one are goji berry, grapefruit, peony, peach, musk, and white woods. I would say that this one is the most delicate out of all of them. It has the goji berry and the grapefruit in the beginning that gives it a little bit of sweetness, but the peony is so soft. It's very subtle. So this one ends up drying down to just a musky fragrance, a light floral musk. I think that this one would be perfect for somebody who's looking for a very easy reach. This one almost has like a soapiness to it as well. I think out of all of them, this one is like the cleanest, most fresh. I feel like all of these fare well in spring, summer, but I think that this one, it almost has a light effervescence that just screams springtime. And there you have it, friends. That's my overview of all of these cute little tiny Coach fragrances. So in my opinion, I feel like when you're smelling them side by side, you can smell the difference, but I don't think that there's big enough difference between the original and the flankers to need all of them in your repertoire, right? So I feel like you'd want to go to a counter or somewhere where you could smell them all individually, write the name on the card, let them settle down, smell them in a few hours, and whichever sticks out the most to you, just go with one because they function very similarly. They're all delicate florals. They all have almost like a sweet, slightly tart beginning, and they all have a little bit of a woody dry down. I mean, it makes sense. They're flankers of one fragrance, right? And it's lovely, but it's not necessary to have all of them. And I'm not certain as that I would keep this kit. I might instead figure out which one I like the best and then just pick that one up. I just think that the redundancy, when you have as big of a catalog of fragrances as I do, I don't want to have redundancy. I want to narrow it down, and knowing me, I'd probably get the eau de toilette because I love something a little bit aquatic, a little fresh, but they're all really lovely. They're all mass appealing, but they're not flat like the Michael Kors ones were a little flat. This one seems to have a little bit more nuance, a little bit more depth, while still being pretty crowd pleasing. I think that these are fragrances that you could so easily blind buy and be happy with, or give as a gift. And a little gift set like this is cute to give as a gift because it gives a little variety, but it's not overwhelming to the person that you're giving it to because they're all pretty similar. So I hope that these descriptors helped. Let me know if you guys have seen these cute little packages at your discount stores. Like I said, I got mine at TJ Maxx, so if you see it, keep your eyes open for it. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!